Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 15 Property Mastermind podcast with Hilary Saxton. This week, again, have the amazing Bob Andersen joining me. This week, we're going to be covering the benefits of having a supportive partner when you're in property development and pretty much when you're in life, I suppose. But we're talking about this from a property development point of view. We're going to look at reasons it makes it easier and it's more beneficial, the problems that people sort of come across when they don't have a supportive partner, and maybe some ways that you could get your partner on board. We will share a few stories, and I think it's going to be a fun episode. So let's jump into episode 15. Hey, Bob, episode 15.
Yeah, wow, churning through them.
We are.
Well, you mainly.
Oh, I don't know. We're about half. You're on.
From time to time, you invite me onto your show.
I got the amazing Bob Andersen.
Well.
For those of you who don't know Bob, 38 years in the property development space and 15 years in the property education space. He's a legend, and I'm going to say guru. I don't know. How do you feel about guru?
Guru. You got to be. Somebody told me once, when you start calling yourself a guru, you're on your way out the back door.
Oh, gee,
but I didn't call myself a guru. She did, so it's okay.
So we won't say that. Okay. Giving away another copy of Bob's book, or a book he's one of the co-authors in, easy for me to say, Property Millionaires Exposed. I'm holding up the book for those of you who are listening to this. If you'd like to win a copy of this, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a favourable rap. You can give us a rap on, or give us some stars or something on the Apple podcast and share it. And just send me a screenshot and you'll go in the draw. So we either give away a copy of the book or a coaching session, depending on how we're going for time this week. But anyway, last week's winner was Jeff Carter. And Jeff, new to our community.
He is. Yeah, he's commenting all over the place. I've seen him.
He has
G'day,
commented
Jeff.
Under every podcast.
The king of comment.
He is the king of comment. What a legend. Anyway, so this week, Bob, talking about the benefit of having a supportive partner when it comes to property development. And as I said in the beginning, you can also in life, really, how much easier is it when you have a supportive partner? So
it makes me think, with a lot of people, they got like their normal life and then they do some property development. I wonder where the line is between property development and life.
Difficult.
Yeah, it is. Hey, we could be out fishing and we're talking about students in the mentoring program or something about property development. Or, that's what I mean.
I get. I was confused as to where you were heading there. Yeah, we're shooting this one off the hip. We had to re-record it because the first time I didn't turn the mics on, so we did two.
It was like a silent movie.
It was a silent movie.
If you were a lip reader, you'd have been fine, but not many of your audience are lip readers, probably.
That was frustrating. But anyway, so we're doing this one a second time, and it's a few weeks later. So anyway, that doesn't matter. But we had some really good content, and we enjoyed recording it and thought it was useful stuff. So we thought we'd just share it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the importance of having a supportive partner when it comes to property development, whether that's your life partner or a business partner, and maybe it's a different business or,
Hadn't thought of that. I've got both.
Yes.
I've got Pete. Pete's not my life partner.
Although when he calls, I've coded the phone so he has his own phone ring and I go, it's Pete, or I say,
Pete's a business partner of mine.
Bob, your wife's calling.
In a substantial project. And, of course, life partner.
Yeah.
Unnamed.
That'd be me.
That'd be you. Yeah, so, both are important for different reasons. Yeah, look, it must be difficult, if you don't have the support of your partner. And I've seen it. You have too, I'm sure. When you're headed out on this journey called property development and you're fired up and you want to do it and you're getting into it, and then you got this sort of anchor.
We've seen it on numerous occasions, actually. And how many times have we been told, oh, my goodness, you're so lucky that we're on the same page and passionate about the same thing. And so many, remember Coralie, she always goes, you guys are like a power couple because we're both so into the same thing. And it's, I don't know, maybe it's inspiring for some people, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we are pretty supportive, with what we do. And I think at the end of the day, for me, the support when it comes to business, I think it's all about respect. That's where, for me, it's important. And maybe that's something I personally need. Like, we have a massive respect for each other.
Mutual respect.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Yeah. It's new.
If it's not there, it gets a bit difficult, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. I haven't thought a lot about it, but I mean, as you know, I respect what you do in the property arena, but your arena is wider than just property, in terms of all your coaching and mindset training, all that sort of stuff that I can't do.
You can do. You've definitely grown in the arena.
No, well, I've never trained for that. Just picked up a bit here and there. But property development's my specialty. Obviously, it's a narrow focus. But so I respect your knowledge of property and that. You probably respect mine, do you?
Yeah, I call you. The fact that I call you
That's
Google.
a loaded question.
Yeah, I know. The amazing Bob Andersen.
On a public podcast, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
And so it is. We know we mutually respect each other about that, and that's a good start.
I think the other thing too is encouragement, or encouraging the other person. If you've got that encouragement, like it's just so beneficial. But when you and I are stuck on projects ourselves, like we might stop and say, "Hey, can you help me out with this bit?" Or we do encourage each other.
Even if the partner would say, and look, some people are developing solo, so that they don't have a partner so much. They might not have a business partner, and they mightn't have a life partner. Doesn't mean you can't be really successful in property development, obviously. But
no way, that does not.
But we often see it as well, where one of the two partners, shall we say, is the one that's heading off doing property development.
Yep.
And it could be the lady, it could be the man, just depending on their own personal circumstances. It's just so critical then, if it's one, not for them not to feel isolated, for them to feel encouragement from their partner, and for them to be able to share with their partner. That's one of the reasons why with our workshops, when people come along to one of our workshops, they can bring a partner. People who buy
the
bundle, where the workshop's an important part of the bundle. The sounds like an ad now. It's not meaning to. We've got the online.
Just get it out, mate.
As part of the bundle, when people come to the workshop, they can bring their partner for free.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people say, you can bring a partner half price. I've always made it free because it's so important that in a case where one person's going to do the journey, that the other person knows what they're doing. Yeah. Not just supportive, but actually understands what they're doing. And in some cases, what they're going through. It could be a tough time. You might be getting hassled by council and, your approval's not going the way it is. And, if the other person isn't just saying, oh, it'll be right, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
they need to understand too.
Yeah, totally. I remember that when you had that big council
punch up
to do.
No, hell, it was a punch up. It was a street fight.
Yeah, that council street fight.
Mine are good.
And it was really stressful for you. It was really stressful, like walking around in the night, stressful. It was
strangling mayors and
no,
I know.
It was a stressful time, and you're right. Like the fact that I could have the empathy for you, and like even the next day, like if I knew that you'd been like worried about it, like up in the night or something, I'd be like, I'll just let you sleep for a bit longer. Like, it is that level. It's a
and that's part of what a partner's about, isn't it?
It makes it so much easier. And we've seen, of couples that have end up being divorced. And
yeah, that's right. We talked about that not long ago. I have had a couple of people come through the mentoring program, and post mentoring program, where they sort of started on a journey. I just wonder sometimes, two people have started on a journey and they said yes, property development, a partnership, and somewhere along the line, one of them is like just drifted away, lost interest, more interested in doing something else. And the other one that's gone forward with property development is so strong on it that they've lost respect, perhaps, or interest in that other partner because they're not sharing the dream, they're not getting the support that they want, and they end up going solo.
Yeah,
and in some cases, a little bit down the track, I found a partner who was into property development, or empathetic at least about it,
Because often it's somebody who wants to do property development. They can be quite driven. And so if you're, like you're saying, people might have started on the same journey, but not everyone has that same drive, and you can just move forward past.
Well, you hear about, people separating and the like where they've sort of, it's that diverging, is it, where you go out and, their interests have changed, their life's changed, like different things, and they've got nothing in common anymore. There's more to life than property or property development, but some people have just found.
What do we talk about other than property development?
Well, yeah, true.
Game of Thrones at the moment.
Oh well, but where somebody's gone off like that, and perhaps it's just more than probably that they've lost interest in, let's say, property development. One's 100% straight ahead in passion with it. That maybe other things have fallen aside in their relationship. Other than that. Just lack of communication, lack of interest. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not a marriage counsellor.
No, well, but irrespective of marriage counselling, it's just great if you have a supportive partner. And like you said at the beginning, Bob, they don't necessarily have to be in it with you. It's just easier if people, it's just so much more beneficial if people are supportive. And we have seen, and you know of it over like the last 15 years, you've seen sabotage where one partner wants, they're both on the journey, but one starts sabotaging. So they didn't really want it, so they stop it from happening.
Yeah, I guess they haven't been outspoken enough or communicating to the other party how they really feel. And so there's this sort of sublime form of sabotage that goes on. Yeah, weird, but no, people are people. People are funny things, aren't they, as you well know?
Yeah, nothing stranger than folk.
Yeah. But, like when, say, partners agree, we're going to go ahead, we're going to go into property development, sometimes it's the lady. Sometimes it's the man. Like, for instance, it just came into my head then, a couple who did the mentoring program quite some years ago, in fact. The husband was a carpet layer, and he'd been carpet laying for like 25 years or at least, and his knees were wrecked. Carpet layers do a lot on their knees, and they kick the spreader and do everything.
Thing with their knee,
So, and he used to almost cry every day when he went to work. He'd probably his cartilage, he's gone, his knees, God knows what, and the drive for the partner, the lady, was to get into property development and get an alternative stream of income going so she could get a husband
out of carpentry.
Out of carpet laying.
And, carpet laying, sorry.
Yeah.
And did she get there?
Yeah.
Well done, her.
It took a while.
I hope she's listening.
I hope so. I've seen others that do it, in a couple, the husband's fly in, fly out mining. So he's often away from his wife, he's away from his kids. He doesn't like it. Nobody likes it. The family doesn't like it. But, that's the method. So he's in the mines and she's, starting off property development to get some income going and, replace his income with development.
So that's
So there's a lot of support when you get that situation because they're really driven because they've got a big why.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going back to that why. Yeah. If your why, like connecting with your why is your main go-to. And we've covered that in a few other podcasts. But I think what we've just covered there, Bob, is like when people are working on it together, it works. They don't have to be working on it together, but the other person, whether it's the male or the female, is supporting the other one, or the why being the reason that one or the other partner is really driven to making it happen. It's almost as like one of life's gifts, isn't it? But it certainly makes it easier when you do have that support. And like we've alluded to, when you don't, it can be a little bit disastrous. It can end in disaster, and it's a shame. So, at Rule 101, without any marriage counselling, because this isn't that sort of podcast, go talk to someone.
Yeah. And it works well if you're both in there because you can sort of work to each other's strengths.
Totally. Yes.
Like we do.
Yeah. When you said that, I was just like, oh, we so do.
I know what you were thinking. You were thinking about my level of IT expertise.
Oh, crikey. Yes.
What's IT mean even?
Yeah, exactly. The fact that he even asked IT. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Don't start me on that one.
Okay.
My stomach starts. Yeah, okay.
But
you're right. Yeah, we use the level of IT, and even in business, I've got that whole marketing background, but then you've got you've got
great marketing ideas as well. Yeah.
You're great with
that's hereditary. It's gone passed it on down the line.
Yeah,
to our marketing manager,
who happens to be my daughter. If you hear us talk about Georgia, that's my daughter, so she works for us.
Yeah, full time. Blasting away.
More
than full time.
From Invercargill, New Zealand. But Bob, you're great with detail. You are so when I get like a contract or something, I'm always like, oh, I'm not going to put myself through this. I'm just going to hand this to Bob. Bob, can you just check this, please, and tell me if
thanks.
It's But you're so
3 hours of reading, making notes.
But also for you, it's like you've read so many contracts in your life, and you write them on such a regular basis. It's your strength.
Yeah, and that's what we're just saying, working to each other's strengths, and which is good. Sometimes, I'm just thinking of a successful couple who went through the program a few years ago, where one person was really good at numbers. They love numbers. So they were sort of due diligence and feasibility, that was their thing. The other person was more a communicator, and they used investors as well. So his role was more to deal with investors, talk to investors, the communication side, agents as well, communication. Whereas the other person, you could probably tell their personalities, preferred to knuckle down, stick with the analytical stuff, due diligence, the feasibilities, and that worked well as well. And then, I've seen other couples where one person would almost have a crack at anything to their own demise, without doing the research and and the other person is a real, not an anchor, but by no means an anchor, but a lot more careful.
But more about the due diligence.
Yeah, it sort of pulls them back down a bit from,
and that's not a bad thing.
Heading off, And so
the tangent controller.
They sort of meet in the middle there, and that's probably where it should be. Somewhere in there is a good place. He's up here. Oh yeah, we'll do it. We'll make it work. And hang on. I haven't done the numbers. And then, okay, so it sort
pulls
of
it back to some sort of equilibrium.
Seen that happen a bit too, but
that's
also different forms of partnerships. Hey, different.
I mean, I even worked with a couple last year. Might have been the beginning of last year, who he's even doing really well in property. He's been through the mentoring program, but his wife wants to leave her job and start working in the business with him around this exact thing. How, they saw that Bob and I do it well. So, how do you make the transition? So also because I do a lot around teaching people how to understand their communication style. So it was around just being respectful of each other's communication style, I suppose, as well. And so they could sort of fuse the two of them together to make the business successful because, you sit in an office all day together. Like Bob and I sit in the same office.
We could touch each other. We sit so closely, but we're 90 degrees off each other.
Yeah.
You face one direction, I face 90 degrees the other direction.
And half the time we can get to
and our desks touch.
We can get to halfway through the day and don't speak. Oh,
it can be. Well, no, yeah. Look, it can be particularly in the first part of the day where we're at our best creatively. And I know that because you told me.
So we start the day off with our forward motion walk because it's good for our brain. We don't look down at your camera. You go out, you have bright, normal light, all that sort of stuff. So we just do that. Then we go into the office and use that first hour to hour and a half.
After we have our hot water and lemon juice.
Yeah, I know, with a dash of salt. Honestly, this is true. We do that, and that's when you're at your best. You've got that's your creative time. So we do that.
I can squeeze out an hour and a half to 2 hours. Probably that 2 hours you start to wane a bit, but of high level creativity, and that's often. That 1.5, 2 hours, we might not say one word to each other.
I might say, would you like a coffee? Because I'm more likely to get a coffee an hour. And so
that's about the only thing you say.
Would you like a coffee? And every morning you say, no, thanks, I'm all right. I'm still on my lemon juice every day.
It's because I tend to do one thing at a time and do it well.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm concentrating on what I'm doing and forgetting to drink my
lemon juice. Yeah, okay. So,
but that's respectful of time and what the other person's doing. And we understand that. So we don't feel like, they're not talking to me. They haven't spoken to me for an hour and a half.
And it's selfish. If I was to say, hey, Bob, can I talk to you about this? It's actually a little bit selfish because we know that that's such a creative time and we get so much more work done if we do that. So we just don't,
Yeah, and it works well.
Oh, it totally works well. And that's probably another thing, finding what works well, how to make your jigsaw puzzle work. Yeah, we just implemented that sort of earlier this year. That's our new system.
Yeah,
and it's fantastic.
It works, and some people might find that a little bit too. But they might work in 2 rooms. That's okay. That's what it needs.
And we do that too. Like when we've got clients and stuff, we can move around to different rooms.
Yeah. Because you often jump on the phone with the client. You might be on a FaceTime or Zoom. So I just moved to another area we got set up and carry on.
Yeah, so that's how we tend to make it work. And the odd time, does it not work? I don't think. Hang on. Should we have talked about this beforehand?
Yeah, we should have.
No, I don't.
There's something I've been wanting to get off my chest for a long time. Now's the time.
No.
I'm joking.
You're great time to bring that one up. No, I don't think there's ever a time that we don't. No, I don't think. No. You're the one who seems to go out more than me, so I don't know. Maybe you go. I don't know what you go do.
I need to get out of the office and we just walk down the beach, which takes all of about half a minute or something. Yeah. I don't know, whatever it is. I do need a bit of openness, open air and some negative ions coming off the ocean and that sort of stuff. And then 10 or 20 minutes that you do the same thing. Sometimes you've gone down there and made calls, shot videos on the beach, come back, just that little quick change of environment, and then you're back into it again. That's good. I need that a little bit.
So I think that's it, Bob. I think we've really gone through reasons why it's really beneficial to have a supportive partner in your property development journey. And if you don't have one, well, maybe it's worth letting them listen to this podcast. I often say to us, remember this, I even said it this morning and we see it, united you stand and divided you fall. And I think it probably works on this one. You don't have to be on the same page, but you need to be helping the other person with the writing.
Understand what
on the page.
What they're reading on their page.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anything in closing, Bob?
No, respect and communication.
Respect and communication to wind up.
That's my wind up.
There you go. Respect and communication.
I've been wound up.
You've been wound up. So remember to comment if you've enjoyed this session, episode 15, and look forward to chatting with you next week with episode 16, and like and share, and you can be in the draw to win a copy of our book if you're interested in the courses we offer, propertymastermind.com.au. Also, actually, while we're here, the breakfast in bed we hold every month. We had one on Saturday, so you may have missed that. So by the time this comes out, it'll be 2 weeks until our next breakfast in bed. You just jump online and we do an hour meet-up on a Saturday morning from 9 till 10, where we rove around the country, talk to our roving reporters, just everyday people like you and I, property developing, and see what they're up to. And Bob does a live deal or no deal. So jump on to one of those. And if you want to find out more about that, just head to our website, propertymastermind.com.au.
And I'll see you there.
That's a wrap. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.